Are you facing problem with your staff? Can't get them do right things? Don't worry, we got covered. Large or small organization, most of the staff and working colleagues have different emotions. In this busy era, or we can call it as competitive workplace, developing good interpersonal relationship will indeed help who going through mental health, mood swings, depression and stress. First of all, what is interpersonal relationship? An interpersonal relationship is an association between two or more people that may range from flirting to enduring. Sometimes interpersonal relationship can call it a strong relationship or close relationship. Employees working together to share special bond to them deliver their best. It is essential to individuals to be honest with each others for a healthy interpersonal relationship and eventually positive ambience at workplace. The majority of what look like an interpersonal relationship conflicts is actually communication breakdown or miscommunications. Hence, learn or understand the Johari window model will help to minimize conflict in relationship at workplace or organizations. Moreover, it will help assist in improving communication and interpersonal relationship between staff and working colleagues.
Thank you for Kuganesh. Now I want to present about the Johari Windows model. Johari Windows model is one of epistemology tools created by Joseph Luth and Henry Inholm in 1995. The theory is easily to understood and very popular in communication, which is it assists people easily to understood and process the information. As we know, interpersonal relationship start with trust as a platform to improve other people to share information and knowledge to other parties. Understand and using the Johari Windows model also a lot better to understand ourselves and reduce the tendency for making a wrong perception in our daily line. In Johari Windows model have a 4 quadrants. First is open area, second is blind spot, third is hidden area, and fourth is unknown area. Okay, we can go one by one. First is open area. Open area is all information about the party's behavior, attitude, feeling, emotions, and so on. We are known by the person and also by the group. The Johari Windows model is a show for the person to influence the task, and the challenge is always to ensure open area is the largest, which means the largest is all informations, all the knowledge we can share with each others, with other teams, but a small open area only in one group know the information and knowledge and don't share to each other. So the open area can make all employees know about the information and the knowledge. For the example, as a manager, I have a property and then I hire 3 architects and give a chance to architect and their group to give me the new design to build the property in my land. So after the presentation, all the members know the information, can get a new knowledge, can know about new technology from the others. So this situation gives me the image of the open area. Second is blind spot. Blind spot is represent a thing, all information which you unaware about that. For example, as a manager, I have a power to accept or reject the design. For this situation, one of my architect give me a new technology, but I don't aware about that. So I reject the design, but the new technology can make a customer to buy my property because use the new technology and can increase my sale. Third is a hidden area. Hidden area is a difficult information, so the information can with architect only, but don't the team. Such as I as a manager want to share the target price to sell the house, so the architect can build or design the house like the price and cost to build. So the information is a hidden area. So only architect know how much my target to sell the house. Lastly, unknown area. Unknown area is contains informations which is you and the others in the group unaware. For example, I and my architect are not unaware of a new policy introduced by government. That's all for me. Thank you. So we can continue with the largest open area.
This Johari Windows model diagram is an example of increasing the open area. By reduction of the blind area, which will normally be acquired through the process of asking and then receiving feedback. The point 1, feedback develops the open area by reducing the blind area. Points 2, the open area can also be developed through the process of disclosure, which reduces the hidden area. The points 3, the unknown area can be reduced in different ways, by others' observation, by self-discovery, or by mutual enlightenment, typically by group experience and discussion, which increases the open area as unknown area reduces. A team which understands itself, that is, each person having a strong mutual understanding with the team, is far more effective than a team which does not understand, that is, who members have large hidden, blind and unknown areas. Team members and the leaders should always be striving to increase the open free areas and to reduce the blind, hidden and unknown area. Impact of effective, a person represented by the Johari Windows example below will not perform of their best potential, and the team will fail to make full use of the team potential and the person potential too. Effort should generally be made by the person to increase his or her open free area by disclosing information about his or her feelings, experience, views, motivation, which will reduce the size of hidden area and increase the open area. Seeking feedback about the blind area will reduce the blind area and will increase the open free area. Discovery through sensitive communication, active listening and experience will reduce the unknown area, transferring in part of the blind, hidden areas, depending on who knows what, or better still if known by the person and others, to the open free area. Example, Linda got a job in an organization. Her co-workers knew a little about her, and in the context, the unknown and hidden areas will be larger and the open area will be small. As the other don't know much about her, the blind spot also will be smaller, and the model will be shown in a figure 1. Linda spent more of her free time sketching in the office, which was her preferred pastime, and her co-workers found her very shy and elusive. With that evaluation, she got the idea how she was and tried to be more talkative and interact more with other co-workers. This helped her to increase her open area and just making the hidden and unknown area smaller. Through the feedback Linda got from her co-worker, she could perform well in the office, and her real capacity could be obtained as a result of an effective interaction among the colleagues.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Nur and Huda Binti Ahmad Satibi. Now I would like to present about 3 things in this topic, which is definition of feedback, tips delivering constructive feedback, and the last one is tips for receiving constructive feedback. First, I would like to talk about feedback. Feedback is about giving information in a way that encourages the recipient to accept feedback if from the other parties. From the feedback received, it can be learned from it and made change for the better in the future. Being able to give feedback is a skill that needs to be mastered by all individuals, as failure to give good and constructive feedback to other people will reside in the message what you want to give not being understood by other people. Sometimes, unconstructive feedback will make the recipient feel often, and this will damage the relationship as well as the communication process between two other parties. Next tip for delivering constructive feedback. There are 8 tips for delivering constructive feedback, which is number 1, communicate caringly. Often the message and feedback is something very important, and the information need to be shared with the received positively. Second, balance feedback with praise. Feedback is usually given to inform about situation which is need to be correct. Be professional by informing the receiver in a sincere way about the good things that they done. Allow for a two-way conversation. In giving feedback, we see things from only one specific at times. It is wise to allow the receiver to explain and share their side of the story. Number 4, provide specific suggestion. As you tell the receiver that what they is doing is incorrect, you need to give specific suggestion on how they need to improve the situation. Next, ask permission. Do ask if the receiver is currently free to talk, this is important as a person who is handled another project or job will not be able to absorb the feedback which is you are about to share with them. Number 6, be specific. In this tip, you need to focus on specific things. For example, as a leader, you should give feedback to your employees on the work done by telling the specific what you want from them and telling the detail about what they needs to be improved for the presentation that your employees are doing. Number 7, be timely. Give feedback immediately as you spot the mistake by the person. This will allow the person or employees to recall the matter better and clearly, thus avoiding the situation in the future. For example, your employers make mistake about the work they do in relation to a particular project. As a leader, you should immediately give a feedback indirectly so that the conversation will be relevant, actionable, in any context. Number 8, pick the right place. Identify a place which does not have much interruption and ensure that feedback is done in private. For example, they can discuss in closed office or conference room that will be the best place to give feedback. This is to ensure the employers or the receiver feel free to speak or discuss. Now, I'm going to talk about tips for receiving constructive feedback. There are some tips on how employer or the people receive the feedback from other parties. First, you need to listen with a positive mind. Second, if you are not sure of what is being said or you do not understand what is being discussed, ask them immediately to clear the air about what they are actually discussed. Third, the person who give you the feedback, actually they are cares for you because they want you to improve your skill in the future. The last one is, if you disagree with any of the matter being they said, you need to be humble and polite to talk.
Before I explain further about it, what is constructive feedback? Constructive feedback is a supportive feedback given to individuals or employees to help identify solutions to areas of weakness they may have. Therefore, it comes with suggestions, positive words, and ideas on how to improve their situation, or may be used to supportive communication tool to address specific issues and concerns. The purpose of constructive feedback is to give feedback to an individuals in a way that will improvements or due to correction on their weakness. This is important as enhance personal and professional growth in individuals. Furthermore, there are 4 effects on giving constructive feedback as follows. Responsible and matured employees will see things differently. Responsible and matured employees will definitely complete their tasks before deadline and give their best of capability. Whenever manager, supervisor, team leader or project manager give their feedback to employees able to improve and upgrade the expectation of managers. There will be a small difference after give feedback and guide them in terms of quality of work and lead to higher productivity. Motivated employees will go extra mile to complete their job. Whenever manager give feedback and it is considered as constructive feedback by the employee so that he or she will feel appreciated because manager aware what he or she does. For example, John have been employee at a company for 6 months. Lately, he seems disengaged and not motivated to work. A manager should respond like, I would love to talk with you about it. I think if we meet once a week to check up on everything, will you be much happier? Managers should spend friendly time to ensure employees' mental health is stable whenever they are at workplace. Thirdly, employees are encouraged to try new things. An organization able to compete with other competitors and has to consistently revive and upgrade the products and services of the organizations. In order to revive and upgrade the product and the service of the organizations should know their pros and cons and can analyze by using SWOT analysis. Last not least, people care and knowledge expansion. An organizations which practices and welcome constructive feedback from everyone in the organization will create a positive work environment because everyone has their rights to share their ideas and knowledge for the betterment of organizations. Employees can share their knowledge about business growth, saving money, making more sales, completing project one time and other changes in finance, relationship with customers and company's market position. These changes in organizations will encourage everyone to care and learn and curious about what competitors are doing.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all. Dear valued employees, have you ever felt lonely? Ever been to a sense of not knowing what to tell people to gain their trust? Well, don't you worry. We'll cover up a few things on disclosure, whether it's from having a cup of coffee with your office mate or small talk with new team members. First and foremost, we must understand the term disclosure. Disclosure is when you are intentionally exposing information of yourself towards another individual. The item of disclosure, however, might vary in terms of what you choose to say. However, it differs when it involves the organization. The manager has to keep a secret until the top management has approved all the terms and conditions. Now, we move to the advantages of disclosure. There are three main advantages of disclosure. The first advantage is when you disclose a certain matter is that you allow a person to know who you are, and it shows that you are aware and comfortable with yourself. That will also help you focus rather than worry about how to keep that information a secret. This will help you feel comfortable with the team members. Next, it is undeniable that disclosing positive things about yourselves helps to truly build confidence and trust towards you. This ability is portrayed by people with high confidence as when they are faced with any challenges being held by you, you would not hesitate to voice out either for help or for clarification on your behalf. Moreover, it helps you to build stronger bonds with teammates as they realize that you are an understandable and trustworthy person. However, there are a few disadvantages of disclosure that you might have already done without realizing, such as the information you share might not be well received. This might lead to wrong impressions being formed between two or more parties. Some information may bring conflict and misunderstanding. With that being said, that problem will convey to the slow progress at our workplace and destroy good relationships among multiple parties. The last disadvantage is that any information that is bound as negative or bad will be used against you, so be careful whenever you express to one another. That is all from us on understanding interpersonal relations. If there are any questions that you are eager to know the answers to, please ask us. We are here for you. That is all from us. Thank you.